You're listening to The Mentality Show, only on LA Talk Radio.
What up, what up, what up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Mentality Show Live, episode 43. We are here today in Los Angeles, home of the Super Bowl bound Rams, right? That's what's up, right?
That's right.
We got Rams fans here. Everybody's a Rams fan here.
My prediction.
Yeah, I guess I have to be.
Yeah. I gave you that look like, yeah, everybody Rams fan here at this table.
Nobody likes Tom Brady.
Yeah, so yeah, our boys did it this weekend. They beat the Saints in overtime. Jared Goff, my boy Todd Gurley. They did the damn thing, man. They worked it out. Everybody see the game? Y'all see the game?
I did that, and then
Yeah.
I saw that penalty, but it's all good. But you can't blame it. You can't blame it on the referee.
They're trying to say the Saints are trying to say we stole that game and we weren't supposed to be there and all this type of stuff.
That's some crybaby shit, dog.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, but that was pass interference, though.
It was.
You know, it was. But hey. They got away with some shit too in the game. So the Saints got away with some shit too. So I think it was a couple of plays. I don't remember off the top of my head where it could have. It went the Saints' way where it could have easily gone our way, and it didn't. So we're going to the Super Bowl. Congratulations to the Rams out there. Right. Congratulations to all the Rams fans. I myself personally am becoming a Rams fan. I'm not a native LAan. I'm from the South.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
The San Diego fans still like into them? You know, they were the. Oh, that was the Chargers on there.
Chargers, yeah.
I'm not a football fan.
St. Louis,
yeah, he's a baseball guy.
St. Louis.
Yeah, no, the Chargers are here. We have the two football
got
teams,
two
the LA
teams now.
Chargers and the LA Rams.
Yeah.
We haven't had a team for 20 years. Now we have two football teams.
That's right.
And one of them in 3 years ended up going to the Super Bowl. I think it's some type of conspiracy shit with that too.
Okay.
Because they just built this new stadium, this $1 billion stadium. They're trying to get fanfare and all that here in LA. They're trying to supersede the USC Trojans and the Lakers. So like, how are we gonna do that? Oh, you know what? Let's buy this team to the Super Bowl.
Hey, but the Rams fans never left, man. They've always been here. They've always been LA Rams. So they went to St. Louis, and then I'll kick them out, so now they're back over.
You know, that's true. And then you definitely have a lot of Raiders fans here too.
Oh, most definitely.
From when the Raiders were here. LA is packed with Raiders. But you're a native LA, and you too. So you're not a football fan, but you are somewhat of a football fan.
I'm a Dodger fan, baby.
Dodger fan, yeah. Baseball, man. Fuck
I play that shit. Hey, homie, I play that shit semi-pro. So
that's right.
So I'm a baseball player out there.
You were good at that shit, but
still land, baby.
This is football season. So anyway, let's get into it. So I'm your host, Delano. It is so good to be back here with you, Mentalians out there. I got my man Texie. How you feeling?
What up, Texie?
You feel good?
Feel good.
Got your beer?
My beer.
I got something to say about the Bud Light. Vato V, what's up, buddy?
What's up, Mentalians?
You in the house, man? You feel good? And then, if you're wondering what's going on with your television, no, LaShawn Dunn didn't pick up any weight or get a new hairdo. This is our very special guest. Very funny man. Love this guy. I follow him on IG. And we're going to get into that in just a second, too, Mr. E.L. So let's go ahead and welcome to the show, Mr. E.L. Smith.
Welcome.
In the house.
What up?
Yes, sir. Let me tell about the Mentalians about you a little bit. He's a stand-up comedian. He's originally from West Palm, Florida. Performed all across the country as well as overseas. He's the Laugh Factory's 2018 Fresh Face winner. E.L. can be seen and heard all over Hulu, NBC, and XM Radio. You can see him in the recent movie All About Nina, featuring Common, the rapper Common. You can also see him in my movie, which is a movie theater right down the street from my house. Please welcome to the show once again, Mr. E.L. Smith. Thanks for coming, sir.
Thank you guys for having me. For sure.
So good to have you, man. So E.L., man, I've seen you. We all follow you on IG, man. You're taking over the IG world.
Funny guy.
So speaking of IG, I followed you on IG. My first question is, why did you stop following me on IG? Why was I cut from your followers?
He's hurt feelings.
He's hurt.
I'm hurt.
Well, I saw your followers, and
my lack of.
I'm like, is this guy a robot? No, man, I got an automated system, so it follows and unfollows. It try to, just to build up my IG, but trust me, it wasn't intentionally.
You know what? When I met you face to face, I looked you in the eye. You look a man in his eye these days, and I said, "Sir, why did you?" First thing, hey, Mr. E.L. Smith, nice to meet you. I'm Delano. Sir, why did you stop following? And you looked me right in the eye and you said, fuck you and your followers. So I feel, you were honest about it. You're being nice on the show, but that's what he said to me outside the show.
I'm not big enough to do that. Yeah.
Oh, he's up there, man. He's a funny guy.
He said, yeah. Huh?
One day.
I want to get big enough to the point where I can just like cancel on people at the last minute.
right.
He's gonna be like, fuck all you.
And they're okay with it. I'm like,
Or when you go into a parking structure, you go into a store and they charge you, you can just look them in the eye and go, do you know who I am? I want to get to that point. Do you know who my father is? Whatever, you know what I mean? So E.L., what does the E.L. mean in your name?
So story with that, the first comedian I saw in person was D.L. Hughley.
D.L., okay.
And so I was like, kind of like bit off that a little bit. And then plus, my name is Elbert.
Okay,
So
okay.
I can't really rock
Yeah,
that.
I feel you.
That don't even roll out the tongue. It's not even smooth. You can't even approach a woman with a name like Elbert. Like, what is do I sell farm equipment? What is that? Like, I don't know. But so I was like, let me take off the Bert.
Right.
And just E.L.
Yeah,
And
that's
so
it.
It's a little bit more swag. Remember that cat, Genuine? Remember the singer from the 90s? Genuine, like, so ancient. Remember that song everybody used to fuck to?
Yeah.
Genuine. Okay.
That's what they did.
This dude, Genuine, he was the man, the ladies' man. I found, his real name is Elgin Lumpkin.
Oh, wow.
Elgin Lumpkin. What kind of, you can't spit at a girl like that.
That shit sounds like a diagnosis.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Elgin,
It does sound like a diagnosis. Like, sorry, sir, you're suffering from Elgin Lumpkus. You're going to die in 4 days. Whatever, That's,
Is that bad?
so
That sounds like somebody's in front of their computer like all night, and like the P button is like mushed in, and the A button and the B button are like all stuck together. I'm not saying why it's stuck, but it's like.
Oh,
Totally got one
our
wrong.
mentality is, trust me, they know what you're talking about.
Sure do.
So E.L., man, you've been in the game since 2002 when we talked before the show started.
Yeah.
That's what about, you take two from, that's about 18 years, something like that?
Yeah, off and on,
Yeah,
man. I've
that's
been
good,
doing
man.
it off and on since college. So,
So what's your passion with stand-up, man? What made you get into it?
It's fun. Like, who doesn't want to get paid a lot of money to have fun?
Yeah.
Like,
It is.
if
yeah.
you guys were paying me, this would be fun right now.
would.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Who won't want to get paid to listen
Said
to
we
the
were
shit
paying
and then
them.
make money? Like, tell me I get to talk to random people for 45 minutes and you're going to pay me? Like, what?
Oh, man, you ain't lying about that. You are not lying. Before,
And I get to drink? Like, what?
We get served.
Yeah, do you drink beer?
Yeah,
do you
you,
think?
yeah. You want one of these?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
Bud Light.
take one. Yeah.
My man Tex C got the Bud Lights. By the way, there's a thing I saw on the news. If it says if LA wins the Super Bowl, Bud Light, they're gonna give Bud Lights to the company. What is it? Budweiser? Who makes Bud
Budweiser.
Lights?
Budweiser.
Budweiser's gonna give Bud Lights to anyone who wants it in the city of Los Angeles. Bud Lights.
So whatever city wins, it's either the Patriots or here in the Rams.
They're gonna give out free Bud Lights, right?
Exactly.
Now I said because
Just
I don't
one,
drink.
or we getting a 6-pack, or what are we getting?
Look
Just
at
a
him. See,
beer.
greedy, bro. This is already-
You know they're gonna
that's why-
limit it.
That's his problem. See, I don't drink. To me, beer is disgusting. But I said if the Rams win, the Super Bowl this year,
he's clearing his
I'm
fucking
standing
throat.
on the air. I will drink one of these nasty ass beers.
You want
But
to take
Oh,
a sip
man.
right now? Just
If they
no,
win,
no,
you
they
can't
have
drink
to
just a
win.
beer. You got to drink something like some
hard shit, right? I'd
Yeah.
rather drink. That's the thing, EL. I'd rather drink some hard shit.
No,
than
no,
beer.
no.
Yes.
No, he wouldn't.
What you mean? I drink 2 shots one time.
When?
I took it down. I took it to the head. I took
You
it to
drank
the-
one shot and you acted like you were falling out.
That was 2 shots. You admitted that was 2
That was
shots,
fu-
V. Don't lie. Don't waffle on me. Don't
Okay,
you
that
waffle
was
on me.
that
It was
was
2
2
shots.
shots.
There you go.
2 shots of what though?
It was
it like Patron or something like
it was
that?
Patron.
Oh,
See?
okay, okay.
That's
Two
that good
shots.
shit.
That was
See?
some smooth. She's like,
got a little hair
"There's
on my
some
chest."
smooth." Yeah, he grew hair.
But
I
you-
got to. Yeah, go ahead.
But you were falling over before it could even get to your stomach.
I don't drink, so it
Oh my
had
God,
to, that was my first
I'm
time.
fucked up, and then you're like
gotta
falling
go.
over, and I'm like, this guy's fucking acting. You're
You one of those
Yeah.
guys.
Remember the first time you got some pussy? Remember the first time you got some pussy? You were falling over when you first got it, right? You were weak in the knees, right? Because you never
I
had it
remember,
before,
sir,
right?
I was 14.
14, damn. I lost mine at 17. Anyway, let's talk about what we're going to get into the show. We're going to get back on YouTube, EO. So I forgot to introduce the subject. Today's show here, we're going to talk about the whole R. Kelly saga, what's going on with R. Kelly this year. We're also going to talk about why men are these days are so disappointing these days. It's like we can't control our dicks these days. All this shit going on with with Weinstein, Cosby, R. Kelly, Trump, you know, it all has to do with our dicks, right? So we're going to talk about why we cannot control our dicks, right?
There's a difference of all those men you just spoke of. They all have money.
Exactly.
They do all have money.
And they're all ugly.
But if you had money, what would you do with your dick? That's the question. I said, that sounded commercial. If you had money, what would you do with your peen? So we're going to talk about that. And if you want to chime in on this, all you mentalities out there, the number is 818-570-5085, 818-570-5085. Give us a call. And if you agree with us, great. If you disagree with us, we want to hear your opinion too. But that's our subject. So back to Mr. E.L. here. So you also have a family too. You mentioned
I do, yeah.
You have a family. You have 4 girls, right?
Oh no, man! Don't put another one on me.
Oh, my bad.
Just 3.
3 girls. Okay.
Just stress.
Right. Chess girls. Okay.
No.
That's a lot.
Tres chicas. No.
So you're the only male in the house, huh?
I am the only male.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's
So
tough,
like
man.
I'm slowly losing my manhood. Yeah.
Let 'em
You
grow up
take
a little
on
more.
the characteristics of the people you're around.
You do.
Yeah.
People
so-
around you love.
Yeah. The other day I like peed sitting down. That was crazy.
You're gonna start. Yeah, you're gonna be sitting down with your people by the time you're 50, bro. Dude, I used to date this woman a long time ago, and it was her father had 4 girls, and this man was like in the 60s. I remember we were watching television. There was a commercial on, and this guy, this 60-year-old man, he just do about 6'4", 6'5", looks at this woman in the commercial, says, "Now why is she wearing that?" I'm like, dude, what the fuck do you care about what this woman is wearing? That's something one of these females would say, right? Because he's been feminized by living in the house with all these women, right? So you gotta have a boy, man. You gotta have a little boy.
But do you keep trying though? I mean,
Go more.
I'm good.
You don't want to have any more kids, E.L.?
Nah, I don't want to have any. I don't want any more
You're
kids.
still a young man.
I'm trying to
though,
pursue
man.
comedy, man. I'm not trying to watch these kids.
Yeah.
They're old enough to watch themselves now, so it's good. It's good.
So you moved here from Florida to do comedy. You've been doing it for 17 years, and you're doing big things, man. You won the 2018 Fresh Face winner from the Laugh Factory.
I did.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Laugh Factory, man. They don't just put anybody out there like that.
Funny guy, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. I mean, I did that. I play all over them at the Improv this Sunday. I was at the Ice House, and man, I'm just trying to climb up that comedy ladder, dude. So I'm just trying to do my thing so I could just make this money and
do your thing, man.
Live life.
Yeah. Live your life.
Yeah.
Live your life. You had a question for her too, V, right?
Yeah,
Something you wanted to ask him?
one of the questions was like, what kind of bullshit did you go through or experience getting to wherever you're at right now, man?
so. Yeah, anything you want to pursue, it's you just gonna run into like hurdles, and like people think it's like, oh, you want this, you're really funny, and all these things are happening for you, but you don't know like all the like BS things that you go through. Like this recently happened to me. I went to North Carolina. This guy was having a show. I was gonna be on the show, and I get to the venue. Well, I'm about to do the show. The day of the show, he messaged me and he says, the comedy club doesn't want you on the show.
What?
Right. He said, I even cut my time down short to ask if you can like host the show. They're like, no. And come to find out, this guy ended up hosting the show that's there. This guy that doesn't like me.
Wow.
And the reason he doesn't like me is because you know where that Parkland thing happened in Fort Lauderdale with the high school shooting?
Oh, the shooting?
Oh yeah.
The guy made like a Facebook joke the same day it happened.
Yeah.
And I was like,
too soon.
I wasn't even talking. I didn't even direct my message towards him, but I was like, everything is not funny all the time. Like, really. And then he messaged me like, oh, you must be talking on me. Like, well, if you think I am, then I am. Like,
okay, exactly.
So
Fits right.
Yeah, it was the thing. He doesn't fit me. So I got bumped off a show.
Wow.
Then I'm like,
because of some shit, social media little skits.
Yeah,
man, that's crazy. Yeah, social media. Yeah, so many people get caught up with that, man. And
it's
take
good and
take
bad. I hate. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate social media.
Yeah,
because it just puts everything in, like it just broadcasts everything, and everybody wants to be offended about everything.
That's
nowadays.
True.
It's a society
I'm not
of
gonna,
pussies.
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that Vato V, our producer, brought you in on the show, I was like, E.L. I used to follow him on IG until he bumped me, and I was like,
he was hurt.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put him on blast on the air. I'm gonna ask him why he dropped me. And then I met him. He's such a nice guy, man. But I was offended that you know from a social media thing. I was somewhat offended.
He was offended because he's Metro.
Very
so
Metro.
He gets
all right, but
he
this
gets
dude,
hurt feelings real fast.
But now I'm following you. So like I said, it's an automated
So now
system.
you're good.
I'm gonna let him finish. Okay, you done? Okay, this dude gets his feet done
fucking
on
stupid.
social media.
Really?
Gets his feet done. But he always wants to call me. He always wants to call me Metro. I've never got my feet done. Period. He gets it done, not just done, but on social media, and he's proud of it. So, but I'm the Metro.
Yeah, I was with my wife, so that's not gay, right?
And his wife was not there.
Or Metro or anything else.
His wife was in Colorado. His wife was not there. His wife was a long way. So it had nothing to do with that. But anyway.
Hey man, I was spending time with the wife.
It's all good.
All right. Okay.
Wife made me
Miss
do
Tech. Miss Tech. I got some questions for you. We're gonna find this out, man.
We shall converse.
So let's go ahead and get into our subject. You can, Mr. E.L. Smith, you can catch him all over. We're going to give you more information about him, where you can catch him, what his next project is, what's the big things he's doing here, what his next big thing is. We're going to get into all that. But so let's go ahead and move. Any other questions from Mr. E.L. Smith?
No, so far so good. We'll go along.
We'll get into it a little bit more.
We'll get into it.
So we brought you on the show regarding this subject here because we know you have a lot to say about this. As a man with a family, and as a man with a dick, and we all have dicks. We all have dicks, right?
A penis.
You have a dick, V?
Penis.
You have a penis? What's the difference between a penis and a dick?
The D and the P.
What about cock? What about white boys? Oh yeah, suck that cock. What is
that? Like?
Oh, what is a?
Hey, I only seen one in my whole lifetime. I'm in my 30s and I'm trying to keep it that way. Like I've never seen another one. I don't know.
And he keeps talking about him all the time.
Okay, all right. See, I'm not saying anything. I said I wasn't going to say anything about my cock, but 2019. But I want all you mentalities out there to realize something. 90% of the time when I talk about my cock, it's because
Christ.
Tech C brings it up, and I either have to defend myself
Says Tech C
or
brings
I
it
have
up.
to respond to that. I don't know what his obsession is with my cock.
He's talking about
But
other
he always brings
people's
it up.
cocks. You just brought up his cock and my cock and his cock.
But did I say anything
So-
about my cock? Exactly. You brought up my cock.
Dickory, dickory, dock. Delano likes his cock.
Gentlemen, we have a guest here. You're embarrassing us.
What type of show is this again? What is that? That rainbow flag?
He's like, what did I come into?
Hey, that's that's okay. If that's okay. I am a friend of everybody.
You over here just like, what the fuck is this? The look on your face was priceless.
He's the one that put that up there, so it's okay. No worries. He's
All right.
So
Anyway, we all have cocks, and so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why men are so disappointing these days. The recent stories from the R. Kelly drama and why we can't control our dicks. Okay, is this a new thing or has this always been the norm? Are men just getting more exposed these days or what? So we'll start out with this R. Kelly thing. Yeah, actually, you know what? Before we get into that, we got an interesting story. Leading into this,
because of his cock.
Okay, so apparently there's a nurse in Phoenix, Arizona. He's a 35-year-old nurse, male nurse, exactly. He was in care of an incapacitated woman who was in a vegetative state at a nursing facility. Okay, this man was just arrested for sexually assaulting her while she was in his care. She was now, keep in mind, this was a 29-year-old woman. She's been in a vegetative state for 14 years from a drowning incident.
It's crazy.
And apparently she started moaning one day and having these painful, this is, of course, we all know childbirth is painful. That shit is so painful, that shit will bring you out of a coma.
Yeah.
And that's what was going on with this woman. She was moaning, she was in pain, and the nursing staff was like, what the hell is going on? And they found out she was in labor and she was about to have a baby. So they're like, well, why is this woman who's been incapacitated for about 15 years pregnant?
Yeah.
What's going on? She ended up having this baby. So, of course, they called law enforcement. They got involved. They did an investigation. And DNA tests proved that this motherfucker, fuck, I don't have his name here.
Who gives a fuck?
Google it, and you'll see that this dude here,
That's googly eyes.
it turns out you are the father. So now he's been arrested, 29 years, he's 35 years old, got this 29-year-old lady pregnant. Yeah, ugly dude, ugly ass dude, man. He was a nurse. So this is what I'm talking about. One of you mentioned earlier that all these men who've gotten in trouble because of their penises is because of money. No, you got regular dudes, regular, everyday, ugly ass Joes. This guy was a nurse. doing stupid shit with their dicks. Okay.
Nathan Sutherland.
Thank you. Good job, sir. Nathan Sutherland. Look this motherfucker
That's
up.
fucking sickness, though, dude. That's like what do you call it? Necrophilia.
Necrophilia.
It's like It's like.
But this
fucking a dead person.
But
I
look,
mean.
well, if you look up this motherfucker, if it was number one, he's ugly ass looking motherfucker. Number two is this, like,
if he was handsome, it'd be different.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's okay. But this motherfucker, come on, dude. He took advantage of this poor lady, man. 14 years under a coma, and that was under his care, and he was just how many? Well, that's just one time. I mean, she got pregnant.
Exactly.
So how many times did he do this?
Did he fuck her before?
Yeah,
He's been doing some weird shit with her.
Multiple times.
Absolutely.
It has to be multiple times, big dog. It has to be multiple times.
Tech C, you mentioned something about he should have used a condom, right? You didn't say it was wrong. You just said he should have used a condom.
Dirty ass bastards.
That's funny.
So why don't you explain to the mentalities what you meant by that?
Can we just admit guys are creepy?
Put him on the spot.
That's true.
Guys are creepy. I'm
sorry.
a guy. I'm telling you, creep. Like you will read a story like guy hiding in woman bushes. You're like, I can believe that.
Right,
But you will never
right.
see a story like woman hiding in guy bush. Guys are just creepy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that
Yes.
guy. Everybody has that guy.
Yeah.
Like I hung out with a bunch of guys one time, and like we went out with like a bunch of other comedians, and like they were trying to get women. That didn't work out, and one of them like, just get a prostitute. And he said it nonchalantly. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yes.
Serious? Like,
Yeah, man, they don't
like,
care.
guys, some guys are just creepy. I think it's the testosterone, dude. It's a lot of guys have like a lot of testosterone in them, and it like makes them do
Weird shit.
Weird, stupid shit.
Well,
Weird, stupid, nasty
two
shit.
we have
right.
two balls, so they deserve to get one cut so they can be okay.
I think if dudes had one ball, they'll still be doing stupid shit. They'll still be doing stupid shit. Even if dudes didn't have a dick, they'd just be want to rub. Can I just rub my
Ball on you?
right? Just want to rub. It's just dudes are just horny ass bastards, man. But women, when they get horny, they get horny.
Yeah.
They get horny. Okay, when they get horny, it just takes them a while to get there. But they don't do the nasty, creepy,
Crazy shit.
crazy shit that men do. You know
that we know
Well,
of. That we know
I mean,
of.
there's an exception to all the rules. So there's crazy women out there, just not as many as
not
guys.
as many. Yeah,
If we can imagine it, it has happened.
Yeah.
So
But will we really be mad at crazy women? You ever read those like the teacher has sex with the student?
Oh,
and you look at that and you be like, okay.
I would say, what
wouldn't-
was that teacher when I was
That could have
in
happened to
school?
me. Like if I was 16.
I
and she was
know.
like- I wouldn't complain.
I wouldn't complain at all. And none of these boys, when they talk to them, they don't complain. They just end up telling it, hey man, I fucked Miss Such and Such down the street, and that's how they get caught. But they don't go, Miss Such and Such fucked me, and I feel like I'm a victim. No, they end up talking about like, man, I was up in that.
I'll be like, you fuck me such and such? Hey,
Right.
good boy, don't tell your mother. We're good.
Yeah, it's his father, right?
And all of a sudden they get caught up, be like, what did I tell you, boy?
Right, exactly.
Guys are
Or
just
maybe the
creepy.
father tells because he's mad because the teacher didn't fuck him. You know,
Exactly.
I would probably do that if my son fucked a hot teacher. I'm like, all right. I'm telling this
Sorry,
bitch,
Miss
she should have fucked
Smith,
me.
you better fuck me or I'm going to tell him.
Yeah, I want to make a proposition. It involves my cock. No. So yeah, it's you have dudes doing nasty, creepy shit, and this is proof of that. And
That's
and
beyond creepy. Yeah, that's just like, oh,
Yeah.
really?
This
Incapacitated woman?
Come on, man.
imagine walking in on that. Let's say you're his coworker, and you walk in and see. Let's say you and I are coworkers, and you walk in and see me doing some nasty shit with a woman who's in a coma. I mean, what would you do? What would you do?
That's like that Kill Bill
What would you
movie.
do?
Kill
Yeah,
Bill.
when
I'm
he-
Chuck. I like the fuck.
Right. and the nurse, like he would bring men in, and the men he was like pimping her out.
Yeah.
And thank goodness she woke up and bit the shit out of this.
Killed
dude.
him.
Yeah. So what if you walked in on something like that, E.L.? What would you do, man?
Oh man, I don't. Actually,
And this was your boy, man. This was your
No,
boy.
that would break my streak of seeing
Yeah.
another man's penis. You know that? And I'm trying to keep that streak alive. Like I'm not trying to break that. I see it on TV. You know,
Yeah.
things on TV always look bigger. So I don't know. Am I big? I don't know. My wife is still with me, so I must be big
Doing
enough.
something right,
Yeah, I
right.
must be doing something right.
That's
but I
true.
don't know. Like,
That's
am
true.
I? I
Who
don't
knows?
know. I don't know what it is. But
That's true. That's true.
I don't know. I think. I don't know. HR.
HR. Yeah.
I think I'll follow protocol.
That's probably the best thing to do. Or then you would get involved in that shit if they found out you knew about it. Like,
Oh yeah.
so you were there when this happened. Johnson, get the cuffs. I don't know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that is something that's going to lead us into our next subject here. We're going to talk about There's a big thing it's on Lifetime television right now. It's involving R. Kelly. And there was a big movement by women as far as the Me Too movement and outside the Me Too movement who were trying to get this man banned. They're trying to get his music banned. They're trying to get him out of the industry. They don't want him to have any type of influence on anyone, including young girls, because R. Kelly apparently, and I saw the 4-part series on Lifetime. He used his music and his status to take advantage of young girls anywhere from 12 years old to 17, 18 years old. And this man, he not only did he take advantage of these girls, but he pimped them out. Yeah. He beat them. He kidnapped them. He didn't feed them at times if they didn't follow his orders. And for years and years and years, I've heard about R. Kelly with the whole R. Kelly Aaliyah thing.
Yep, he married Aaliyah when she was 15.
When she was 15, he married her, and you heard rumors, but they went into depth with this thing, and it turns out to be true. I thought he was just taking advantage of young girls, which is bad enough, peeing on girls and shit. But this dude was beating them and not feeding them and treating them like animals and all kinds of stuff. So this man, R. Kelly, I used to love him. I used to love his music. He influenced me. He's the one who influenced me to shave my head. I mean, R. Kelly was the man, and now he's being exposed as far as who he really is. So what are your opinions about this, gentleman, as far as this man is concerned?
I mean, we always knew. Yeah. I mean, from the Dave Chappelle skit to other people making these stories about, like,
I'm gonna piss on you.
And I seen a tape in college of the prostitutes and not the prostitutes, but the strippers. Yeah, I give them some credit with strippers.
Exotic dancers.
And he's doing all this with the strippers, and he's like, "Oh, that's not me in the tape, but it's like Golden Globe Image Awards in the background." I'm like, dude, that's you.
That's you, right? Exactly. Yeah, there's music playing in the background. Seems like you're ready. Come on, man.
And his music is creepy.
Yeah, it is when you right when you listen to it.
You listen to it. Age ain't nothing but a number. Yeah. Bump. I don't see nothing wrong with bump and grind. Yeah. And he had a song called 12 Play. You ever heard that?
Oh song? Yeah. 12 Play. I don't know. Have y'all heard 12 Play? Song, man, he gives you instructions on what to do to little girls.
Just by his fucking 12 Play is like
12 Play. He meant 12 years old. That's what he meant. 12 Play.
Right, exactly. He tells you what to do from age 1 to 12 and that shit, man. It's crazy. You're so right about that. He said that was his brother. So this guy had a video out where he's pissing on, and in the video, all you hear is and it's music, and he's pissing on this little girl as she's dancing in front of him and all kinds of stuff. And I guess the way the tape got out is one of the girls at the time stole, because he would videotape him and two other girls, teenage girls. One of the teenage girls took the tape because she didn't want anybody to see it. Yeah. And she gave it to somebody she felt she could trust. That person
never do that.
Put it out, right? And that's how R. Kelly got caught up. But he went to trial for this whole thing.
And he got let go.
He got let go because the father of the little girl that he pissed on, which that dude is a piece of shit. Her father was paid off somehow, and he got on the stand and said that that's not his daughter. That's somebody else's daughter. Well, whether it's somebody else's daughter or not, he's pissing on somebody's daughter. He's pissing on somebody's little girl.
No, he's pissing on a little kid.
He's pissing on a little kid. He needs to be. He needed to pay his dues, right?
Oh, he's gonna pay his dues.
Now he is, because white people got a hip to it.
White people, yes.
That's how you go down.
Yes,
you can do it all you want, but don't let an angry soccer mom find out. She's gonna write a letter.
Bulldog baby,
still writing letters.
Emails
so
now.
Disappointed. That's how he started out.
It's like, okay, so we have black men dying all across the country. We have AIDS epidemic in Africa. Wait a minute. We got a stern letter here from a soccer mom who's very disappointed. Well, let's look into that and see what that's about.
Soccer mom from Idaho. That's all you need.
Right. Angry soccer mom. That's true. And this dude, when he was on trial, check this out. While he was on trial, okay, there was this little girl out there supporting him. Like, I know you didn't do it, R. Kelly. I know you didn't do it. This dude found out who that little girl is and started fucking around with her. She was like 14 at the time. This is during his trial. I mean, if you're on trial for doing some shit, you afterwards you should be scared to death to do that shit again,
he
right?
He walks in the courtroom and is like, hey, go find out who that girl is.
That's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did. And he ended up fucking around with her. And she testified and talked about it on the special. I'm telling you, this thing here went very in depth with R. Kelly and his his sickness.
See, that's some shit that
Yeah.
we, how we're talking about, like, are men being more exposed or whatever. That was one of the questions that you brought up, right?
Yeah.
Social media obviously is exposing all these motherfuckers. But the thing is, before social media came about, how many of these motherfuckers were really out there, man?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or they're still out there, you know what I mean?
Exposed.
Believe it or
They're
not,
being exposed now.
I did when I was in college, man, I did a report on these motherfuckers. You know, like only you're talking about a percentage of motherfuckers that have gotten caught.
Yeah.
And this is not people that have actually been caught. You know what I mean? So you're looking at millions of motherfuckers out there who are doing shit like this and have not been reported.
Dude, there's a show that was on years ago. I used to love this show. I'm sure y'all know what I'm talking about. To Catch a Predator.
Oh, that's
I like, how did they keep having new seasons?
Yeah.
Like, they should have season 1.
Yeah.
They should got hip to it.
Right.
I'm not coming to a 14-year-old girl's house. Like, dude, what is wrong?
Right. That's
Cookies? You at least have to have Hennessy or something. Like, come on, you going to a person's house for some cookies?
Yeah. This is how sick these guys are. That even though they know there's an investigation out there that's gonna put your ass on TV, arrest you when you're done with your interview, and all that, and just embarrass you, and your life is over, they still are so fucking horned up.
They still take that chance.
And sick that they take that chance and show up.
And then when they see the one homeboy, they're like, "Yeah, I know you. I've seen the show before."
Oh, yeah,
Exactly.
And they ask, am I gonna get arrested? Well, as soon as you walk out, you are, motherfucker.
Pretty much.
I like it when it first started and they weren't arresting people.
Yeah.
And these guys would just walk off, and then they would just turn the evidence into the police. And then around that third season, they start arresting people. So these cats think, "Oh, am I free to go?" And Chris Hansen's like, "Yeah, you're free to go." He's like, "Oh, phew, man, at least I'm not going to get arrested. Get on your knees. You're under arrest." And he goes, "I didn't do it. It wasn't me." I loved it, man. I love seeing these motherfuckers. I just wish they should just put them somewhere and just, because I, as a child, was a product. Things happened to me from adults. Adults did horrible things to me. I was a helpless child. So these motherfuckers, when I hear about these kids, these men, and these grown women, just adults, period, taking advantage of kids and practically ruining their lives.
Yeah, that's
these
true.
motherfuckers should just put them all somewhere and just fucking burn them. If you ask me, set up a fucking concentration camp and just burn these motherfuckers.
These are the motherfuckers that
And
are
this has nothing to do with Jewish people or anything like that, because during the Holocaust, that's a horrible thing. But if they were all molesters and that type of thing, put them somewhere and burn them, man.
That's the shit. Like, you got all these people, man. Like, they think some of these people think it's okay. Like, then how the fuck in your mentality you think that it's okay to fuck around with a little kid, man? And these fuckers are sickos, man. Yeah. And I have a problem with that. I have a problem with these motherfuckers doing shit like that, because, like, we have
you
kids.
Still the innocence of a child, and like you can't
man.
get that back. Like, I don't like people who tell their kids like there's no Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta let kids have imagination.
Yeah.
You gotta let them think, because if we didn't have imagination, we wouldn't have cell phones, we wouldn't have computers, we wouldn't have cars. If you we wouldn't allow to think. Like, you have to let kids think that. Like, when I was like, I have an aunt just like that who tries to like, oh, there's no Santa Claus. Jesus is Jesus is, but come on, let the kid believe. Like, when I was little, I used to like Ninja Turtles. I'm a grown man. I don't believe in Ninja Turtles. You know what I'm saying? Like, let kids be kids.
Right.
So, you know,
right. Because you only have that one moment in your life for a certain amount of time in your life, and when it's taken away from you. Like, think about it. You're an innocent kid. You believe in all kinds of things. You believe in Santa Claus. You believe in the Tooth Fairy. You believe in all these things.
Easter Bunny.
The Easter Bunny. And you're innocent, and life is beautiful, and you're in this world, and you don't know what it's about. All you know is that you're being loved by people who have taken care of you. Then all of a sudden, some motherfucker comes in and shows you his dick and makes you do. And you're like, what the fuck is this? What?
Yeah.
And then it doesn't hit you until you grow up. You get a little bit older, and then you're like, oh, that's the and then it just hits you real. It's I'm telling you, it's happened to me.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck? And now you don't know. You start questioning yourself. You start questioning your own sexuality. You start questioning who you are as a person. You start wondering if you're worthy of things. Yeah. I'm telling you, you have to get therapy when those type of things happen.
No, I can imagine.
Or go to church and get the right pastor to give you therapy.
When I was in high school, and I never talked.
What's funny about church?
even fucking pastors fucking
church is bad
bullshit.
too.
Well, don't go to do not go to a Catholic church. I'm sorry, no Catholic churches. My bad.
Hey, man, when I found out about Catholic priests, man, that fucked up my whole mentality. I was like, man, I did just really.
You were fucked by a Catholic priest?
Well, no, sir. They just, it's just growing up Catholic, you're thinking, okay.
You're Mexican.
I grew up Catholic too, and then after you start hearing these
it started
things,
making you think.
and then all I do is fucking move them to another church or just.
That's
it's
what
like,
they do,
you know
yeah.
what? Fuck this. I just
you.
Yeah, it's a big. Fucking,
But you know what? I hope it doesn't make you question God. And
No.
No, of course not.
doesn't.
Of course
It does not.
Okay,
It
good.
does
Of course not.
It
It just makes me think that religion is a fucking fraud, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it's
But-
about money because you go to church and all they want is your money. Like
Yeah.
pass the basket around. Here's the money, and the churches are big and they have all this fucking money. And
Pastor
yet-
needs a private jet.
Yeah.
exactly. and then they're fucking molesting kids. It's like
But see, that's the thing. You got all these motherfuckers, not just pastors or priests or all these. You got fucking doctors. You got fucking lawyers. You got all these motherfuckers who are in a position. How the fuck do you go through school? Just like all these doctors that are fucking pedophiles.
talking about Dr. Huxtable.
Yeah, that fuck Dr. Huxtable.
We're gonna get into that too.
No, that doctor that was molesting all those gymnasts and
Dr. Nisam,
yeah, about fucking idiot.
Nisam,
Yeah,
something. Doctor, it was something. Nisan,
yeah.
something. Hamad Nisan, something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's
The
guy-
gymnast.
the
doctor.
gymnast doctor.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because you go through all these years to go to school, to make fucking money, to do all this shit, and you do some dumb shit after you having a fucking great career and you fuck it up for yourself.
Guys
What's wrong
and their
with
dicks,
grown
bro.
women? Like, I don't get that. Like, what's wrong with
Right.
a grown
Right.
woman? Like, dude,
Yeah.
stop being so
Right.
fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Like, what the
Well, Bill Cosby, he was like, okay,
Oh,
I
yeah,
did
those-
something right. You know,
Those grown
give me
women.
credit for that, right?
Good job, Bill Cosby. fuck you, Bill Cosby.
But that goes to show, like,
too.
when you're talking about people, because remember he used to get on Eddie Murphy about cursing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He used to
Yeah.
tell people, "Oh, pull your pants up."
Yep.
Nigga, look at you.
Right, exactly.
What?
That's what the comedian what's his name? I can't you know what I'm talking about, the comedian who put Bill Cosby out there. Hannibal,
yeah.
Burt. He put Bill Cosby out there cuz nobody for years everybody has been kind of but he put it out there in this very clever joke about same thing what you said. Bill Cosby's like, y'all need to pull your pants up. Well, Bill, you need to quit raping people. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden people like,
Listen,
oh
man,
shit,
what?
Yeah.
soccer moms heard it. You know what I mean?
That's how it happens.
Yeah, and then somebody wrote a stern letter and
What was that?
You know, with Bill Cosby, that one interview where he talks about like, yeah, when we were young, we used to go to Mexico and get Spanish fly. Was
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like he's just like giving himself away right
Yeah,
there.
but that's what they do.
Did you say you saw a video with him years ago and he was hosting the Tonight Show?
Oh, but,
Yeah, Sophia Vergara on
man,
there.
hey,
He was creeped up.
He was
You could
fucking
see
just
it.
kept on. He kept on talking about her dress.
He was
and
all
about
on her.
He was just all about it, and she was like, "Ew, get away from me." but it was one of those like he was a fucking creeper, man. He was on there.
She was telling
yeah.
him Mexican words.
Oh, yeah, it was, no, vete pe,
Mexican
chingada,
words.
pinche
Mexican words of the day to get away from me.
But see, this dude, what did he do? Him, same with R. Kelly, they used their power, they used their status to get these women in these vulnerable positions in their hotel rooms or whatever and take advantage of them.
But
Same
these
with
people-
Harvey
these
Weinstein.
People can get women to fuck them for nothing because they're fucking stars. They're
Or just pay for it or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Whatever
like,
you got to
you
do.
got the money. Like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
what are you doing, dude?
Right.
Like, come on, man.
But see,
Like,
that's their fetish. That's their like they get off on that shit. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna rape you, and that's it. Because it's
It's a power thing.
Power thing.
It's a power thing.
It's a power thing.
Yeah.
Like Bill Cosby, his thing was having sex with vegetative women. Him and this nurse we talked about could be buddies.
Bill Cosby was a nurse.
yeah.
He
yeah.
had
he-
a child from
Well, hold on. He was a doctor, so there you go. He played one on TV.
Dr. Bill Cosby, right.
Dr. Huxtable.
Yeah, so,
Fucking
man,
bastard, man.
dudes and their penises, like same thing with Harvey Weinstein. You
Yeah.
know, same
Another
thing.
fucking
That's what started the whole Me Too movement, and that's why we can't go out of the house past 11 o'clock. You know, so fucking
later,
Harvey
I'm
Weinstein, man.
Sooner or later, all that stuff comes to light, man.
Yeah.
It all comes to light, dude. Like, you can't, and like you were saying earlier, like, oh, they told one person, you can't tell, like, a woman, like, things, like, the whole thing with Monica Lewinsky, like, she told somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, I'm going to tell you guys something. All the fellas out there, listen. Listen to this. Women always tell. They will tell
Yes.
one person at least, but they're going to tell
Yep.
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you.
That's true.
You're
That's
like, oh,
true.
it's going to be between me and you?
Nope.
Yeah.
No, they're going to tell somebody.
Yep.
They're going to keep that dress.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Eventually, they're going to get pissed off. You hear about these. I watch these shows like Cold Case Files and these guys who get away with murder. And then the reason why they end up getting caught is because they end up telling a woman that they fell in love with or some woman, this has been on my conscience. I need to talk to some. And I know I love you and you love me and you'll never tell. Man, get that. Years later, you pissed that woman off.
Oh yeah. She got you. by
You
the
didn't
balls.
take the trash out one day, and she gonna go tell everybody about the fact that you killed 8 people because
You didn't take the
they
trash
took your
out.
Popeye's chicken, or whatever. You know what I mean? It's
Or your Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. You owe me a nugget too, by the way.
What?
Chicken McNugget. We ate a Chick-fil-A today,
Chicken
and
McNugget.
I went to get a refill on my drink. I come back, this fool was like, just eating my nuggets, man. Them Chick-fil-A nuggets, you only get 12 of them, man. Them things are good as fuck.
They're good. Yeah.
Right. He ate one of them. You owe me a nugget, sir.
You ate a
That's
fry,
about,
so shut
that's
up.
$1.
We're even.
You can do that with Church's Chicken, but that Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
You know where you're at when you see a Church's Chicken. Like,
yeah.
Church's Chicken pawn shop.
Right.
Okay,
Right. Liquor store. Right.
Oh, should I be in this area?
Right. 99-cent store.
Yep.
Something like the Dollar Tree.
Yep.
Walmart.
Yep. Oh no.
Yeah, so you see something like that, it's time to go, man. But damn, I gotta admit, sometimes Church's Chicken be popping though, man.
Really?
Sometimes Church's Chicken, man.
It's all right.
That
I like their
genetically
legs.
engineered chicken. Don't eat that, man.
That's like,
They put stuff in that chicken to make the black man sterile. No. That's what they say.
What's that movie? Black Dynamite. Remember they put? I don't know if you ever saw that, man.
I saw Black Dynamite. Yeah,
They
yeah.
put the shit in the beer, the malt liquor that made their dick small and all that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
that
funny.
was such an innovative movie, though.
It was.
I love that because my dad grew up on that old Donomite stuff.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys know
Blaxploitation.
Donomite.
Black exploitation. Y'all remember that?
I love like
Superfly
I love
and all
that.
that. They don't know what I'm talking about. They don't know what we talking about.
We're fucking looking at
They
you
watched.
like, all right.
Hey, what were y'all watching?
You watch novelas, homie.
Yeah,
all
we're
right.
watching Channel 54.
Yeah. So,
Univision.
yeah. So Popeye's chicken. What's y'all's favorite chicken?
I like Popeyes. Popeyes good.
Popeyes.
I like Popeyes too.
They just put it in
Popeyes.
Popeyes at my house, and the thing is like, the line is like down the
yeah.
street, dude.
Yeah.
And there's nothing but Hispanic people in your
Yeah,
neighborhood
oh,
too.
yeah,
So it ain't
yeah,
just black.
yeah.
When in my neighborhood, I lived in Burbank. I would they have a Popeyes, and I would buy Popeyes, right? And because I'm around all these white people, I hate to say this, I didn't want white people looking at me with my Popeyes
I'm like
bag
that
walking.
too.
Yeah,
I'm like that too.
Yeah.
I'm like so subconscious about eating fried chicken and watermelon in front of white people. Like I don't want to do it.
right.
You ever been to that potluck, that work potluck, and they got the chicken there and they're eating it.
Right,
But
right.
you got to eat like strained bean casserole because you don't want people looking at you.
Judging you and shit.
Because
Exactly.
I grew up with my dad. Like, look, I paid for this. You gonna eat this? Like, don't leave no meat on the bone. So I eat when I get home. I like to eat at home. I like to eat at restaurants.
Right,
'Cause I go through the chicken. I'm like, I'm like tongue all through the thing. Like I'm like that's
to the bone marrow.
yeah.
Right.
So I don't nah.
Right.
That's Delano known as chicken wings.
Dude, I'll tear up some chicken. Yes.
They like suck them.
And
That's
that's why we have big,
outrageous.
we have big lips because we were specifically designed as humans
To suck chicken wings?
to eat some chicken wings, man. Exactly.
I never
When God
realized-
made us,
I
God
like
was
my
like,
chicken wings,
these
but-
people are gonna love chicken wings, so let's make their lips just a tad bit larger. But yeah, I would hide my bag. I would put it in a Rouse bag or something because I know white people like look at them.
That's
love
what I
it.
be feeling that too.
Typical.
That's what I was gonna say. They look at you like typical.
Yeah, but okay, so
I felt that, man.
So you feel better when you're with a Mexican guy at a chicken wing place because you're like,
Yep.
Well, I know you don't judge me. You're my boy. You don't judge me.
Yeah.
But I guess you do. Now I know you've been judging me all this time.
I'm not judging you, but is the guy across, man? Maybe.
You've been watching me eat my chicken wings, so okay.
We raise the chickens. They eat them.
Sometimes I be feeling bad because I'll walk in the Rouse and I'll just go straight to the part and I'll be like, can I get like 5 chicken wings? And she's like, that's all you want? I'm like, yeah, that's all I want.
Can't make me spit my beer out.
That's all I want. That's all you want. Yeah, bitch, don't be racist. Give me my 5 chicken wings.
Hey, fucking Rob's chicken is bomb though. That shit is bomb ass chicken.
No, Albertsons is better.
Hey, really?
Albertsons is a lot better.
am gonna
But
go check.
it's only a few Albertsons.
I will
left.
take your word for it, sir.
Trust me, I'm a chicken connoisseur. Trust me. Me and EL, we know
Yeah,
good
we're
chicken,
good.
sir.
Okay,
Right,
good.
so,
There's a
yeah.
store in Florida, grocery store, Publix. I don't know if you guys ever ate
Publix with an X, right?
Yeah.
I've seen that somewhere.
that. That's the best chicken ever.
Really? They have
Best
okay.
subs, chickens. Like
Yeah.
shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fried and everything, huh?
Yeah, it's really
They
good.
season it up. Here in LA, man, they don't know good chicken, man.
No.
That's why Popeyes is just,
Popeyes
people
is
waiting
good.
in line and
That's
shit.
good, but like
There's a place called Bojangles where I'm from.
Oh yeah.
Bojangles?
Oh,
When I first saw that place, I thought that place was racist, dude. Bojangles.
oh man.
You know, because it makes you think of that black and white movie. with
Yeah,
the dude,
yeah.
like-
Bojangles. But once you eat that chicken, they can call it nigglets. I will still eat that shit, man. Can I have 3 nigglets to go, please? I'm telling you, man, that shit was so good, man. Oh man. So we're about out of time here. So let's go to some last words. How do we go from men and their dicks to chickens?
I know, right?
We talk about everything.
Still men
Typical
and their
man.
dicks talking about chicken.
Yeah, there you go. We talk about everything in this show, as you know.
Everything.
Hey, we didn't even do our rhymes, did we?
That was your fault.
We didn't even do our rhymes. You know what? We'll save them for next week. It's too late now. So E.L, man, it was so good having you.
Thank you guys for having me, man.
We actually got about several more minutes. Any last words you want to say about anything
words?
coming up?
He's not gonna die after the show.
I know
dude.
exactly. Let's have a moment of silence for E.L.
Like the bus is gonna take you out, bro.
First, I want to say thank you guys for having me, man.
Man, you were great, bro. You were great,
Appreciate it,
man.
bro.
I appreciate it.
Coming on, man. You're great.
Yeah, we're gonna have
Yeah.
we're gonna have him back, right?
Yeah, for sure. That'd be
I
great.
agree. We should have
Yeah.
him back, man.
All right, just don't say that.
And you gotta let us
And
know.
their phone number changed. Like,
And then I dropped you from my Jews.
Yeah, we're all gonna unfollow you now. But him and I, we go see comedy shows, so
Yeah.
Okay.
we'd like to come see you
Please,
sometime.
absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, definitely.
We'll promote you on the show and let people know you have a show coming up. and
this
everything,
Sunday, I'm
too.
at the Hollywood Improv.
Sunday.
Oh, we're not
Hollywood
coming
and-
Sunday, but
No,
let's
no,
know
no.
another one. I'm just,
All right.
Oh yeah, that's two. That's
I
two.
can't come out on the weekends, man. I'm busy.
You get 2 for 1 at
Can't come
Popeyes
on the
Sundays,
weekend?
too. I think that's the Popeye special.
You got a show on a Wednesday? I'll be there.
Yeah, I do sometimes have shows on the Wednesdays. I'm all over though. I'm all
Yeah.
over LA performing and stuff like that. So check the website elsmithcomedy.com.
That's right.
Instagram elsmithcomedy. If you follow me, I will follow you back.
Do you do YouTube?
I do YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm trying to build up the YouTube. Right now,
What's your YouTube? What's your YouTube?
E.L. Smith Comedy.
Okay.
All of it comes up. I'm trying to build all it up. My strongest thing right now is the Instagram, though. That's my
Okay.
strongest thing. But I'm at the Improv. I'm all over, just at the Ice House, and I'm just trying to
So it sounds like you're
Trying to make
E.L.
anything.
Smith comedy across the board on all
across the
social
board.
media. Okay.
Good.
Yeah,
All right, E.L. Smith.
If you
funny
Google
guy,
it,
man.
a lot of my stuff will come up.
Funny guy, guys. You got to check
Yeah,
him out,
for
man.
sure,
That's how I
man.
found him. So I was like, let me hit him up, see if he comes to come on the show. And here he is, right here, man.
And he's a very commercial. Has a good look. Hollywood. He's ready for Hollywood. He's funny. Has personality. He's smart. And we're lucky to have him. I'll tell you, once you blow up one day, man, don't forget about
just that whole
coming
thing.
back on. Okay.
That one thing from moving, like getting up from Florida and coming across the country and
yeah.
come over here, like
That's crazy, man. That's good.
that's
I
some
commend you,
balls,
man.
man. Like I would never do. I grew up here in LA, so I can't
Always
ever see
wanted
my
to be
ass
here.
getting up
Yeah.
and moving to New York.
Yeah, from-
'Cause I'm not
can't-
doing it.
Yeah.
I came from Arkansas to LA.
Why not? I've told you this before too. Just
Tell me again.
Whatever. What the hell? Go back to Arkansas. Fuck.
Sir, that's racist. That is racist.
Honestly, man, you only live once.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
gotta do it.
Yeah.
If you win or lose, you can always say
Yeah.
you did it. You
did
know,
it.
you tried it.
But
you know?
it's better you tried it and you know.
And you brought your family with you.
I
yeah, that's
brought my
tough
family
too.
with
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what's
most
up,
people
man.
come over here on their own. They're like get in the car. And
Yeah,
go
I was a
drive
single
across
guy
country.
when I came here. Absolutely.
That's
yeah.
some shit, man.
No, I brought my family, and knock on wood, everything's working out.
Yeah.
I dropped my daughter off to school, and I focus on I focus on comedy, and then I just set it up to the point. Shameless plug: I have an amazing wife. So
Hey, that makes a
Yeah,
huge
that's
difference,
awesome,
brother.
though. I mean,
makes a
Yeah.
huge difference.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
If you have a good woman supporting you
yeah.
and by your side, I mean,
Sounds
she
good.
supports me. She actually helped me get to the thing that I have now, to where the point where I honestly I don't work a 9 to 5. I just focus on comedy, and then I just work on comedy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my side hustle.
You're living the dream.
But,
we all have a side hustle. Exactly. You
but I
know?
just focus on comedy, dude, and then she fully supports me, and it's going good. And she's a salesperson, so she helps me with things, and like it, just it's great.
Yeah.
good,
I couldn't ask for anything more.
Miss Smith, hey, if
good
you're
job.
watching the show, that's love right there. And
right.
we need more women like there out there like Miss Smith. And on this show, this is the Mentality Show. And a lot of people think that, because this is a show about 4 or 5 grown men talking shit, in locker room talk. But we never, ever on this show insult women in any kind of way.
No.
We talk about our relationships with women, our experiences with women, and there's different types of women and people. Men, we talk shit about men. We talk shit about, if you're a bad person, we're going to talk shit about
We
you.
mostly
We're
talk
gonna
shit about
expose you.
Delano, but okay.
Right.
You know somebody's gonna save this show, and then when one of us get bad, they're gonna like retweet this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're gonna have to apologize. We talked about cot too much.
You can't do the Emmy show because you need to apologize.
Yeah, exactly. Years from now, yeah, exactly. You said something. It's gonna be 2028, and you said something in 2019.
Talk about cock. Oh,
Right.
fuck.
That's true. So let's say, I always say on this show here, I always say before this, the views and opinions expressed in this show may be offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion. We don't give a fuck. All right, so pretty much that's our show. Let's go ahead and thank him one more time, Mr. E.L. Smith. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for being here, sir. And for all you Mentalians out there, you just keep watching us. You keep following us on iHeartRadio. We're also on Google Play. You can catch all of our past episodes on YouTube. Of course, you saw us here today on latalkradio.com, Facebook Live, iTunes, Google Play. Pretty much we're everywhere. You want to see us, you take a shit, just flush the toilet 3 times and you can hear our show. We are always there for you. So keep in mind, we love you, all you Mentalians out there. We'll see you next week. And remember, you're good in life, but with our help, you could be the best. We'll see you next week, folks.
Vámonos, vatos.
Peace.
All right.
You're listening to The Mentality Show, only on LA Talk Radio.